Are you tired of self-doubt holding you back? Have you ever wished you could have the confidence to face your fears, go after your wildest dreams, and the tools necessary to live your best life? Hey there, amazing listeners. I'm your host and author of How to Grasp Confidence and Own Your Power. And I've made it my mission to help you break free from self-doubt and embrace confidence. Subscribe now and join us as we unlock the secrets to unshakable self-assurance. Let's dive in. So, today is a special impromptu episode. I will be going over my GRASP method, my 5 signature steps, GRASP, with you guys today. I have never done a solo episode going over my 5 steps, so I thought it would be a good idea to try it out, just to see if we could deepen the understanding of what GRASP actually is and what the 5 steps signify and how they can transform your life. This is truly life-changing stuff. I want to say that. And the formula for confidence, it's a simple 5-step formula. The great thing about it is that it doesn't just build your confidence, right? It also builds a more fulfilled, more purpose-driven life, a more intentional life. So it's a deep form of personal development. So a lot of times when we say or hear the word confidence, it often gets misconstrued, right? And sometimes we think of it in a negative connotation, like that person may be arrogant, we think, right? Or something like that, or we associate the word confidence with arrogance. But after we go over these 5 steps today, my goal is to show you that arrogance is actually not possible in authentic confidence. So let's not get those 2 things misconstrued. I think that's really important to start off there, because true, authentic confidence is not arrogant. It's so powerful. So let's go over these steps, and I will give you a little bit of an explanation as well as to why they are in this particular order. So the first element is G. So that stands for gratitude. And the way I view it is that gratitude is the foundation of confidence. So we think of a building, right? A building has a foundation to it. Without the foundation, the building wouldn't be able to withstand pressures from external factors like wind and weather erosion, right? Earthquakes, and it would settle, right? It wouldn't stand up. You have to have a foundation in order to build pillars of confidence. And the foundation is gratitude. And the reason is because gratitude by itself is the law of increase, right? So if we think about a piggy bank, let's say, every time we're putting coins into the bank, that's an expression of like gratitude, right? We're thankful, we're grateful. Every time we express gratitude, it's like putting a coin into the piggy bank. And every time we complain or express negativity, it's like taking a coin out of the piggy bank. So it leaves you with a deficit. Whereas with gratitude, you always have a surplus. The more you have, the more you have to be grateful for. And it's such a beautiful thing because it's such an abundant thing. So that's why I say gratitude is a law of increase. So if we can start at a place of abundance, as we go through our personal development journey, it makes the transition into becoming the best possible version of yourself so much easier, right? You have a foundation. built so that even if external forces come into your life, which they'll come into all of our lives, even when external forces come into our life, we're able to withstand the pressure. And that is so key, right? So it's also a sustaining thing. So gratitude is very much a sustaining thing. It's nurturing. It's cultivating the ground and making it possible for you to plant seeds and for something to grow. So start with a foundation of gratitude, and we can already see before we even get into the other steps that if we have this foundation of gratitude, we already are in an increase and we're doing it on a stable level. This is long-term solution, right? So gratitude, first step, and I even break it down a little farther in my book and in my TEDx talk as well, Gratitude, the Foundation of Confidence. I break it down even further by having 3 layers of gratitude in our personal development journey and our journey for gaining increased levels of confidence. And that is gratitude for the person that you were. Gratitude for the person that you were. And this is pretty powerful, especially if we have had traumatic experiences, traumas, scary things happen to us, bad things happen to us, really bad things happen to us. And we can feel like a victim, and it's very easy to feel like a victim. And no one would blame you if you were a victim of a horrible crime. That's not your fault, right? But what we're saying is, do we stay a victim? And I think that's an important lesson there about forgiveness. If we can truly have and find the gratitude in those lessons, in those experiences, then what can't we find the gratitude in, right? And then the next step to that is gratitude for the person that you are. Listen, it's really easy to beat ourselves up. It's really easy to find fault in everything we do. It's really easy to say you're not doing enough or that you wish you could do more. But what are you doing right now? That's pretty amazing. That if you look back in your life before, you would say, man, I've come a long way. Start there, right? Start with gratitude for the lessons that you're going through right now, all these journeys and things that are happening in your life. What are the lessons you can learn from this right now? And what can you appreciate about them? And you'll see how much further you have grown. And this is just a fact. If you've already grown, you can grow some more, right? There's seemingly no limit to this. And it's an amazing thing because now we're tying in a mindset of gratitude, right? So again, gratitude is something that deepens. And this is one of the points that I want to mention on gratitude is that it actually deepens and has layers to it. So you can deepen your relationship with it. And it's a relationship. This is nothing you check off the box and say, well, I've done my gratitude today, right? This is something that is a lifestyle change and daily practice and habit. And when you get in the habit of having an attitude for gratitude, it really does work to rewire our brains and form new beliefs. And my friends, if we can form new beliefs, we can break cycles. And that means if we can break cycles and shift something, that means we could become confident, step into the best leader of ourselves, step into the best whatever it is we are. That's pretty powerful. And then the third step to that is a gratitude for the person that you are becoming. This brings in and ties in visualization. Visualization is so important. Just like an athlete would visualize their success prior to stepping on the field, would visualize them catching the game-winning touchdown, running for the field goal, and scoring and lifting up their hands, right? They're going to visualize the win. And how often do we do the exact opposite? How often every day do we visualize the worst potential outcomes for something? This is actively setting up our behaviors, setting up our habits, setting up our actions. And the longer we stay in that cycle, the less improved we become over time, right? So that's why this next step is important, and that is responsibility. So it's about also a responsibility for that future version of yourself and having a visualization of yourself. And then holding on to that, taking ownership, taking responsibility of your choices, of your outcomes, of your thoughts, right? Taking responsibility for your life. This is huge. And we can see that no matter what happened to us in our past, it's up to us to have a responsibility and ownership mindset for the future outcomes that will be. The future is going to happen either way, but we have to have a responsibility and ownership toward it so that we set ourselves up for success. And again, I'm talking about personal development and gaining confidence right now, but really, isn't this the formula already for success in all areas of life? Monetary success, success in relationships, success in personal development, success in leadership. It's success. It's success in general. And again, this is why this is success, because we're starting with, again, the law of increase in this formula. So it's so impactful because of that. So it's about leaving the negative mindset and the negative habits, the autopilot mentality behind, and adopting a mindset of responsibility that goes at things, goes at goals, goes at dreams, goes at whatever, with a strategy. And personal development is no different. This has to be done through a strategic approach, right? So have a responsibility and ownership mindset, again, for your present actions so that you can actively change your future outcomes. So important. Then the third step is action. So action is important, right? Because no amount of thought replaces action. We can't sit and think our way to success, again, in personal development or any other areas of our life. We have to put in the work. We have to put in the action. And we tie back into that visualization aspect of it. If we have a goal and we see it clearly, the next logical step is to put in action. There is no point in acting without taking a responsibility to understand the path you're going on. And this is, I feel like, a common mistake that a lot of leaders make. They put in the action first, and they have all great intentions, right? But the strategy is simply not there, and it falls flat on its face. We can relate this back to a work experience. We can relate this to our own selves, right, in our life. It's the strategy that is needed prior to the action. This helps shift your mindset in a completely different way. Because when we act first, even with great intentions, but we lack strategy and direction, it doesn't result in an ultimate success like it could be, right? Maybe it results in a poor outcome, and you start to feel like a failure, and you think, why am I failing when I'm putting in action? Everybody says to put in action, right? But it's not. Action is wasted energy without strategy. And that is why responsibility and ownership is so important and crucial. First, you have to develop that mindset, then the plan, then the action to follow. And you'll waste a lot less energy and reach your goals so much faster, definitely. Then there's the fourth step, which is sight. And again, this ties in visualization, right? Now, this is a physical sight as well as a mental one. So I think that's a clear distinction as well that I want to make. When I say sight, I do mean your visualizations that you have in your mind, right? And keeping those visuals very clear. But I also want you to be able to look at your physical self and like what you see and have gratitude for it. This is so important. And for anybody who's listening to this right now, go into your closet right now. If you have a piece of clothing that you look at that you're never going to wear again and it doesn't make you feel good about yourself, get rid of it. Get rid of it. If maybe it's something that's like four sizes too small and you're just thinking every time you look at it, it makes you feel unconfident. It makes you feel like a failure. Get rid of it. Get rid of the energy. Trust me. It's not serving you. It never has. It never will. Wear clothing that makes you feel confident. Wear clothing that makes you look in the mirror and appreciate yourself. Wear clothing that's complementary to your hair color, your skin color, and do whatever it takes to like your appearance. But also, in the meantime, while you're working on your personal development, while you're getting in shape, while you're eating healthy, you're all the time going to be grateful of who you are right now. You're also going to tie in the responsibility mindset that says, I have a goal, I'm going to work on it. I'm going to hold myself accountable and have some agency. Again, we have to have responsibility. And then the longer we hold on to these concepts here of this method, the clearer the picture becomes, the more certainty we have to realize it, and the more chances we will have of reaching our goals and our destination. It's so important to really understand these concepts because, again, if we can learn these concepts and apply them, it changes our lives. And again, this works for individuals as well as leadership teams. Whole companies should be practicing this. This is so key. Think about, I want you to think about this, leaders out there. Starting off your company huddles with expressions of gratitude. How do you think that would set the tone for the rest of the day? So let's say you have a morning huddle and you get everybody together and you used to start with immediately the data and the tasks at hand. Nobody's even listening yet. What if you made it engaging and started it off with gratitude and maybe had a few people raise their hands and share their stories? Make them feel included, but then also reinforce a positive environment, positive mindset, emotionally intelligence mindset. Again, this method can be applied to people and businesses just the same. Then I want to talk about the fifth step, which is purpose. So it's a culmination of purpose, right? Now, when I was originally formulating this method, I thought, where is purpose? Is it the first step? Is it the last step? I wasn't quite sure where it fit in. And the reason I had it be the last step in this method is because I liken it to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So if you've ever seen that table, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it's often depicted as a pyramid. There are 5 distinct levels of human needs. At the very bottom, it's your basics: air, water, those type of things, right? The basics for survival, right? Then the next is safety. Are you in a safe place, right? And it goes up from there. The very top of the pyramid is the self-actualization. So this is where you're visualizing this purpose, this what do I want to do with my impact in the world, right? Not just surviving, but now you're asking yourself, how can I make the most of myself? How can I find and align with my purpose, my highest calling, right? So that's why I have purpose at the end. So that's the fifth one. And again, I liken it to that because if we don't have these lower level steps met, these more foundational layers constructed, again, if I'm thinking of building confidence, like I would think about constructing a house or a building, you have to have foundational layers first, right? So again, if I'm thinking about that, you still have to have these foundational layers first. Then at the top of your pyramid, you're able to self-actualize, you're able to find and align with your purpose. So I actually think this is really inspirational as well because so many people right now are searching for their purposes, where I see nothing but conversations on LinkedIn and other social media channels that are talking about purpose and the meaning of life and why are we here and what are your natural gifts and these type of conversations. And it's beautiful. So many people are at this point now where they're at the getting to the top of the pyramid and they're self-actualizing and they're questioning and they're wondering and they want to know. And that is a great sign. That's a sign that a lot of people are coming out of something and transitioning into something else. That change is happening and it's beautiful. That we can go from being unconfident or feeling unpurposeful or depressed or anxious to actually feeling like you have a purpose and wanting to search for it. And I know this personally because I myself went through this exact journey of wondering if I even had a purpose. What was my meaning in life? To now I feel very purposeful and purposely driven, and I want to help other people succeed, right? And this is, again, this can be applied in a team scenario as well in business. Are your people, the members of your team, are they aligned with their purpose? Are they aligned with their natural skills and abilities? This is key. The first thing we have to do is understand our people, understand what they're actually going through. Understanding it by talking to them more, by having more conversations, by getting to know them. Understanding what makes them tick, understanding what they want and need. And again, our employees are people, right? Our teammates are other people. Some of the people in our groups and teams and our businesses right now don't have those lower level needs met that we were just talking about right now in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We ultimately never know what someone is going through or what someone has already been through. And it's really important to have gratitude for all people. Gratitude for everyone. Find the gratitude in someone. Maybe it's a coworker that you don't get along with. Find the gratitude. Maybe you just need to get to know them a little bit more, right? In any case, it's about transforming a mindset from one of limitation to one of expansion. It's expansion within yourself, within your teams, within your businesses, your families. Your entire family unit and everyone around you benefits through your personal development. So if you're ever in an environment that you don't think suits you, Maybe you want a leadership position, a position of leadership in your company, and you haven't been approached yet, haven't gotten the opportunity yet. Then the best thing that you can possibly do is to become a leader of yourself in increasing ways. Being a leader of yourself, again, increase will follow that. People will be attracted to that. And personal development, building confidence, self-leadership, leadership of many people, it all starts right here. It starts from within. But the environment that we surround ourselves with is very important, that it's people that are uplifting to us, people that are nurturing to us, right? People that support us and believe in us. Because within all of us resides a seed of potential. And I want you to think about that phrase, seed of potential. And here's how I liken a seed of potential. A seed of potential is a seed of purpose within each of us. And you can think of it like an apple seed. If you look at an apple seed, if you hold it in the palm of your hand, and you've never seen an apple seed grow into a tree, you might not believe that that small seed has so much potential within it, right? But we know that that apple seed, the success of it has a lot to do with where it's planted. If the apple seed is planted in a beautifully cultivated field that has the right amount of sunlight, the right amount of nutrients, gets the right amount of water, if it's in the right environment, it will grow. And it will live to its purpose and fullest potential. I think we can all agree with that analogy, right? But you take that same exact seed and you toss it into the road haphazardly, right? It may sprout, but it is not in the right environment. It's actually in a dangerous environment. Cars could go over top of it at any time and it could be severely damaged, right? Or worse. And there's also probably not soil there, and it would be really hard for it to take root. So the seed, there's nothing wrong with the seed. The seed has all of the same power and potential as the seed that was planted in the field, in the cultivated field. They are the same seed biologically, right? Their environment completely changed the outcome for that seed. One was able to live to its full purpose and potential. The other was stifled. There's a huge, huge, huge lesson there. And I do encourage everybody to view themselves as a seed of potential. Within each of you exists a seed of infinite potential. And I say infinite because it is infinite. Your bodies, the iron in your blood, was made from the stars. So there's a famous astrophysicist, Carl Sagan, he once said that in a quote. He said, "We are made of star stuff." And that's so true. The iron in our blood came from exploding stars, from supernovas, and was cascaded into the universe, which eventually formed planets and suns and us. So there is this infinite universe already existing within you, which means you have all the power and potential in the world in order to accomplish your dreams, in order to become the best version of yourself, in order to live a purposely driven life. And it is up to you to take responsibility to cultivate that seed, to make sure that seed has an environment that it can flourish and grow. And part of the soil, really, again, if we're thinking of that example, that would be this cultivated soil, like I'm talking about to plant the seed, would be gratitude. Again, the foundation, right? Gratitude is always going to be your constant companion in your personal development journey. Again, in your journey of building authentic confidence. Gratitude is your constant companion. It's the soil that nurtures your seed. It is the foundation that builds confidence. It is the law of increase. And it is also living prayer. It's a belief and a faith that you will become exactly who you were created to be. Guys, this is powerful. This is totally life-changing. And when you practice this enough, and I do consider it being a practitioner of gratitude or a teacher of gratitude, when you practice this enough, it becomes a lifestyle. And it's something that you just want to keep doing every single day. So it's extremely powerful stuff and completely transformative. So I hope that overview helped you in your depth of understanding for what the GRASP confidence method is all about, what this podcast is all about, what my book is all about. Because it is a deep book. It's an easy read. It's not a complicated read. It is an easy read. But it is a depth of understanding. And a lot of people haven't thought about it this way. So it's something new, right? But I know that this changes lives because it already has. Viewers and readers from across the globe have reached out after reading the book or listening to this podcast to express their gratitude for this show and how much it has helped them in their personal development journeys. This is life-changing stuff. And it helped one reader in particular that I'm thinking about overcome childhood trauma that she said she had for 30 plus years. Just practicing the gratitude is the foundation of her personal development journey. It changed her life, and this is one person. So as I get viewers and fans of this book and of GRASP to keep coming forward, I just want to express my gratitude to each of you. Thank you so much for making all of this possible. I'm extremely grateful for all of my listeners and readers of my book. Without your support, this would not be possible. And I'm going to continue to put out books and works for you guys to enjoy because you do love it so much. And I love you. So God bless with gratitude. I'm so grateful. Thank you, everyone. And that's a wrap for this episode of GRASP Confidence. Thank you for joining me today and investing in yourself. Remember, building confidence is an ongoing journey, and each step you take brings you closer to the empowered, fearless version of yourself that you were born to be. Don't forget to visit my website, follow me on social media, and purchase my book, which is available on Amazon. Thank you for listening. We will see you on the next episode. Stay confident.